Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 4 of the new member orientation series. And today we are going to discuss about the arc counter role. So, as I said in my previous video, there in any Toastmasters meeting there are 9 meeting roles. So, if you count from the beginning, there's Taskmaster of the Day, General Evaluator, then we have the Topics Master, we have the Speaker, we have the Evaluator, we have Timer, our Counter, Grammarian, Listener. So 9 roles, right? And today we are going to discuss about the meeting role named a counter. Okay, so we will see what are the roles and responsibilities of our counter, what are the resources that an our counter will get before the meeting, and what the our counter has to report after the meeting. Okay, so these are the things, these are topics that we will be covering, and also in addition we'll be covering the benefits of the our counter, like what are the skills that an our counter will obtain by performing this particular role. So what is the role of an arc counter? So the arc counter helps everyone notice the filler words and the sounds we often use without realizing it. Okay, so when we are speaking, there are some unwanted words or sounds that actually affect our speech flow. So, for example, there are some sounds like uh, and all. And then there are some words like, so, actually, basically, right, and all. So these are some of the repetitive words or some of the crutch sounds that occur while we are speaking. Okay, so this is what an arc counter will be tracking. So, and the job of an arc counter is basically to listen to the speakers and note down what all sounds they are making. Okay, or what all sounds are there that affects the flow of the speech, or what all crutch words they are using while they are speaking. Okay, so this is the role of arc counter. So I use so, right? So in an accounter is basically these habits. Okay, so all these habits like the like and all, they can distract listeners and they can impact the message of the speech that you are trying to convey. Okay, uh, in if you like, one important thing that you need to understand is that in case if you're delivering a speech, okay, like, or if you listen to any good speaker, that particular speaker will not have any such kind of unwanted words. Okay, so they're using a particular technique in order to avoid these crutch sounds and crutch words. And okay, so this is the quality of a good speaker. Okay, so if you're using such words, what happens is, apart from weakening your message, you are losing your credibility as a leader. Okay, so that is why, so in order to track the usage of such words, we have the R counter. So the R counter is not only to pinpoint your mistakes, it is also to make you aware that you are using such words, and so that next time when you are delivering a speech, you will be aware of them and you will try to reduce them while you're delivering your speech. So that is the objective of having an R counter in the in Toastmaster meeting. So what do you do as an arc counter? So before and during the meeting. So before the meeting, you will receive a script, okay, and in that script, you will be having the what all you need to inform the audience about your roles and responsibilities and about the arc counter. Then also you will be receiving a log sheet where you have to record the filler words and all. During the meeting, your job is only to listen to every speaker. Okay, it could be a prepared speech, it could be a table topics, it could be an evaluator. Okay, and also you can have to listen to the Toastmaster of the day, the general evaluator, the table topics master, and all. Okay, so the job of an arc counter is basically to listen, and here they have to make a tally mark for each time they hear a filler word or sound. And I also need to note down the repetitive words like actually, basically, and all. So this is a task that we need to perform during the meeting. So this is an example of a sample log sheet. So here, if you see, I have mentioned the speaker names. Let's name them A, B, C for now. And then we have the typical words and sounds like like. So whenever you have the count. You note down the number of times they repeat or they use this particular sound. You actually do the tally mark, and then towards the end you actually find out the final count, and then you mention it over here. Okay, so in case if a particular speaker did not use any filler word or any filler sound, then they have to be appreciated as a means of motivation. Okay, it's just to motivate the speaker so that they will actually improve that further in the next meeting. So after the meeting, an accountant has to submit a brief report to the general evaluator when they are asked to. So here they have to share how many filler words each speaker has used. They need to acknowledge anyone with zero filler words. They need to appreciate anyone who has used zero filler words, and also they have to keep the report positive and factual. Okay, they should not cause any embarrassment for the speakers. Okay, so they make mistakes are bound to happen, so we need to ensure that they are treated with respect and dignity. Okay, so we should not point out mistakes in such a way that it hurts the self-esteem of these speakers. So a sample report, an example of a typical report is like, in case if you are delivering the brief report towards the end of the session, it will be like speaker A has 4 filler words, speaker B has 0. So you're congratulating that particular speaker B, and speaker C has 7 filler words, and you are appreciating everyone for being aware of the filler sounds, and we also need to encourage them to to keep this performance for the next meeting as well. So this is how a sample report will look like. So what are the benefits of being an accountant, or why this role of accountant is great for beginners? So in by being an accountant, we are developing 4 skills. So the first one is that we are developing our active listening skills. So we are focusing intently on every speaker. Okay, we are listening to each and every speaker and noting down all the clutch words and sounds. We are paying attention to detail. We are catching all those small verbal habits, and we are becoming self-aware of using these filler sounds or filler words. So we are training our ears to avoid these filler words. Then we are developing our confidence. So we are gaining this confidence to speak in front of the group using a script. Okay, so these are some of the skills that we acquire by being an accountant. So in short, our job as an accountant is basically to track the filler words. It is to report the counts and to help everyone, including ourselves, by becoming more clearer, more polished speakers, all in a friendly, supportive way. Okay, so this is the job of an accountant, and these are the benefits. So I conclude this particular episode about the role of accountant. So in case if you have any questions, queries, or doubts regarding this particular topic, please do post them in the chat box below, and I will happily be obliged to respond to those two queries. Thank you once again for listening, and looking forward to you in the next episode. Thank you.